Alright, so today I was working off stream on some stylings. Right now, if you go to unisonofficial.com, you will see slightly different background, slightly different colors of panels, everything a bit more calm, a bit more composed. I don't know. I'm just trying to experiment with the colors. It's always I've always struggled with those things, but yeah, luckily or hopefully I will manage to find the right colors. Maybe I already found them, who knows. The only annoying part is that sometimes updating the background image here is not that quick as I wish it was. I don't know why, to be honest. I kind of examined how much this thing weighed, not that much, so and it's definitely cached, so I don't know. On the phones it doesn't look perfect. But anyways, I'm pretty happy with the colors, although I think even I need some time to get used to what I see, but overall I'm quite happy. Yeah. So that's not the only thing that I did off stream. I also fixed those bugs with tests, and also I managed somehow the logic for some cases. Let me open, let me maybe run the tests, or yeah, I see the link. And if we go for this thing, so basically I was observing the case when first measure doesn't have opening dots, then I need to presume that there are somewhere, and repeat the same stuff if I was putting repeat notes here. You would notice that I don't use double bar lines because they don't matter in this case. They're kind of set up different. I mean, you just set up them with different command. But maybe I'm just thinking maybe I should add some comment that would simplify this thing. But overall, it's all good. It's a of course it would be a slight improvement, but I think I can do it later when I have more time and more focused mind on this particular thing. And but right now I'm starting learning about volta brackets and all that stuff, and I realized that I need to also cover some of the cases when, let's say, we don't have, or rather we do have some, I don't know. There are certain cases where ending bar lines go this way, but we not necessarily specify the opening thing. So those kind of intersections of repeat dots I also need to cover. And I already have some ideas based on what I've done before, for example, there is a variable which tells me that repeat dots never applied before first measure, which is not marked with starting repeat dots, but it can be considered such. And you would notice that I'm assigning this measure index, right? So I think I can even do something like this in order to be more concrete. Yeah. But anyways, I think that in general, what I would say is that this logic can be also repeated for different cases, I guess. Whereas like I can dynamically assign this thing. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, I'm thinking right now is like so it's not necessarily should be this thing, although so yeah, I think I need to cover some of the cases, and the best way to do it, that let's just create the tests so that we don't visualize in our heads everything, although it's quite useful naturally, but I don't think when I'm working like in current conditions it's very productive. And I just today noticed that I work the best when I lay down and visualize the solution in my head. When I'm just completely relaxed, I'm laying down on a couch or on a bed and trying to solve the problem, then I can wake up and do some coding, and that's about it. So this is how I can solve most of the problems that don't necessarily require computer or like paper and pen. Some even quite relatively complex things that I still can visualize. I don't think that I how to say, properly estimated my my capabilities of doing those things, and but yeah, and yeah, those things are really underestimated when some people just work better in I don't know, like laying down. It's not necessarily you need to stare at the computer all day long. You can solve the problems, and usually the best solutions come to my mind when I'm completely relaxed. So yeah, so maybe you're feeling the same thing, I'm not quite sure, but that works for me pretty well. Okay, so I'm trying to find those tests. Let me add one more, which is called, of course, repeat.8.txt. And I would say it's basically, let me open the 7th, and I think that I think I can do something like this. Let me copy this example. Let's go here, and I think we can copy this thing, and we can start with this example, or even we can add one more. One more measure here, and we can start with this example, and I also have one more complex example, but we can continue later with that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, first of all, I'm gonna check my branch. I'm gonna stash those things. Let me just pull the changes. I'm pretty sure that it's up to date, but it's always nice to check. And let me just go to Midi repeat.2 git dash apply, and let me create the test, which is called repeat.8 npm run test audio. Not quite sure why I run for all the tests, but anyways. So I'm going here, and yeah, I expect this test to work in a way that first we go through this, then we repeat first, then second, then we repeat first, second, and third, and at the last time we just repeat all those things. Why I'm doing this, not only because it covers another edge case for repeat those, but also like it will help me to adjust my solution for Walter brackets where we have like alternate endings and all sorts of things. Also, I learned a lot about different edge cases for codos, signs, maybe not all of them, but majority of them, and it's quite straightforward, although of course it gets complicated when, you know, we have multiple places where those codas and signs can be sort of applied, I guess. And I don't know. I just need to. I just need to focus on them, and if I do that, yeah. Let me just close all those things, and if I do this task, I'm pretty sure that, of course, I'm not. Yeah, I prematurely closed this one. So if I'm gonna close this one today, it will be great, and if in 1 or 2 days I can close this one, that'd also be great. I think I even can close those two in the next few days. Then I can jump to measure rest, which is relatively simple, like brave marks as well, and or fermatas. And yeah, handling dynamics will be a lot of fun because it contains handling crescendos, diminuendos, and also handling dynamics for single sound units, and yeah, all those sort of things. I need to figure out how to do them in MIDI format, and yeah, kind of like. Also, I think that the rests, although I kind of like adjust them through the, through the pitch adjustment, I think right now I'm thinking like maybe I can handle them through the dynamics, which would make more sense. And yeah, and then I need to mentally be focused on those things. I mean, how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot. Yeah, I don't know how much time I would spend on this, but at least I have a clear roadmap of those things that I need to implement, and if I will succeed, it will be tremendous progress on my side, and I mean, it will create so much more opportunities for me to promote this product and also kind of like, you know, just enjoy its full potential, because right now it's more like engraving tool, but if I'm gonna create Midi Export and Midi Player, it will be also considered as a composing tool, which is really neat. So yeah, hopefully I will achieve my goals, but yeah, I'm just trying to have some fun because I know it's a long journey. I need to be prepared and you know, sorted out all the things that I need to do, including like what needs to be done outside of this project. But yeah, regardless, I don't think that I don't see any reasons why why couldn't I achieve those things? So I think I've done tremendous progress so far, and not only in terms of Midi Export, but in general for the project in general. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. It might seem very basic, but I mean, trust me, there are a lot of moving parts inside, and yeah, I'm looking forward to refactoring drawer. I'm looking forward to improving even more the fonts and the general structure of page schema, like how everything is connected. Maybe even simplify many functions. But of course, uh, all those changes are incremental, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I feel like I'm always not satisfied with what I have, but you know, yeah, the progress is tremendous. I need to, I just need to be more happy with what I have. But yeah, those kind of things I'm always struggling with, and even right now when I'm looking at something, I always doubt myself: is it perfect enough, or what can be improved here, etc., etc. So those qualities are quite important when you create a product, but also those qualities can drive you crazy. And I learned a lot of examples in history when people went crazy trying to achieve more and more and chasing more and more things, or trying to solve like unbelievably complex problems. But yeah, I mean, what can I say? The thing that I spent 4 years of my life, almost 4 years, on this thing, already tells that I'm a bit, uh, I'm not normal. Don't want to sound quirky or anything. It's just what it is, and even I understand that it's really long way behind, and God knows how many years ahead. I still have, you know, kind of like desire for doing this thing. But yeah, I believe I still have a lot of years ahead. I just need some success, and in order to achieve this, I think I need to work towards it. And yeah, I don't see the reasons why I should stop, because I really love this thing. I really hope that it can turn into even something bigger. But yeah, if I can learn music, or improve my knowledge in music by this tool, it will be already amazing. But if I can build successful business on top of that, it's even more cool. So anyways, let's go back to work, because we can talk all day long and nothing will be done. Okay, so yeah, I'm not quite sure how much time I would spend on this thing. Probably like, I don't know, who cares? Probably 1 month or 2 weeks. Who knows, really. But this thing, I think, yeah, I can handle in 1 week or so. It just depends on how much effort I would put every day. But yeah, I also don't want to rush those things, because when you rush, you sometimes take wrong decisions on something, and it's better to take some time rather than regret afterwards. So okay, so if we go here, right, in this particular line of code, we'll see that measure index we're setting as -1, but it's not necessarily true in all the cases, because this thing, I mean, technically it's always probably -1, or no, I'm not quite sure. So basically, this thing doesn't have repeat dots at the end, so it means that we're playing this, then we're playing this, then we're coming back to this, then we go in here and we realizing that, you know, this tag thing is still empty. So what does it mean in real life? It means that this particular thing is not necessary, it means. But on the other hand, I realized that when we go like here last time, then okay, so I'm thinking like if we see repeat dots and we see that repeat dots never applied before, I don't know. So something is going on outside. I'm gonna check 1 second. Alright, so the truth is, I don't know whether I should consider like assigning only the first measure. Not really. I'm just thinking because I can I can attach the repeat dots at the end in whatever place, and I can even had like starting dot somewhere, and I need to reassign to that place. So okay, so I'm trying to figure out what needs to be done, and I'm thinking like I'm thinking maybe I should apply some more general solution. Maybe I don't need this thing. I don't know. And also there is I think a problem with multi-brackets that I can... Oh, actually, yeah, I don't have that problem with multi-brackets because I thought that maybe repeat dots can be repeated, some multiple times, but then I realized that it's not how it works. It works in a way that even if you do those things and you have alternate endings with multi-brackets, it will be covered by this case if I implement it now. So, okay, so what should I do? Probably one of those things that I can do is track this thing when I'm pushing this value. So there'll be, I think, variable which is called last measure index with repeat dots at the start, and by default it's 0, I guess, or maybe undefined. Let's say it's undefined. And when we... So let me think. When we are just assigning those things, measure indexes where repeat dots at the end. No, not this place. I cannot find that place. So basically, when I'm pushing, yeah, here it is. So basically, it would be something like this. And now I need to think about this variable because it's quite tricky. Before first measure, so I need to so where this thing is declared, so I need probably just declare it as a simple object, right? So yeah, so I'm doing this thing. And probably what I'm trying to say is that this thing should be called repeat dots never applied before for measure, I don't know, yeah, this is not the right thing, I guess. So how should I call this variable? So those are kind of like indications, right? Indications whether certain the other repeat dots were applied. Yeah, now I'm realizing that the variable that's been called before had different meaning, and the meaning was, I guess, is like, I don't know. Because yeah, those things can be repeated multiple times, and yeah, I'm not quite sure. So whenever I meet this thing, I just know this has some sort of number, although not necessarily, I guess. Yeah, let's say if it's undefined, then probably it's should be 0. And yeah. And when we are redirecting to this thing, of course, then I don't think it makes a lot of sense, because this thing doesn't contain any kind of like repeat dot marks. By the way, is this solution that I have in mind would work for every case? Let's think about it for a sec. Yeah, because like those things are different. They are completely different. In those cases with intersections of repeat dots, the stack of measure indexes that I created made a lot of sense. But now, in this particular case, it doesn't make any sense, because we don't have necessarily for each ending repeat dots starting repeat dots, right? I guess so. If we don't have the stack, or it's kind of like zero-ish, has 0 length, then I think it's time to assign those things and go through them again, right? Is that right? Okay, so I believe it might be correct, but what about this thing? Do I really need this variable? I suspect that I don't really know. So let me delete it. And then gradually, slowly but surely, we will understand everything, hopefully. So yeah. Okay, so I'm deleting this thing as well. I'm deleting this thing, of course. And okay, so this quite nice variable goes here. And then I suspect that if this stack is equal to 0, So, okay, so let me think. So last measure index equals the same thing or equals to 0. Then, of course, we got this wonderful thing. Then we just doing -1. Then we going here, we're adding this thing, and yeah, it should work, I guess. Unless I'm totally missing something. Okay, let's run all the tests and see how many of them will fail. I hope just 1 or 2. Okay, repeat.6, which is... that's a bad sign. Yeah, it's a really, really bad sign, but let's listen. What's going on here? Okay, it's a complete mess. It's a complete mess. I have no clue. I have no clue what to do. Okay, and let's listen to this. Let's hope that at least this thing works. Oh my god, 1 minute 28 seconds. Okay. Okay, I will not notice any difference, but let me just open this test and let's just yeah, let's do this, why not? Okay. Okay, let's go. I just have right now I'm thinking like, is this right behavior? I don't think so. I mean, of course it's the right behavior if we alternate those things, right? When we kind of like jump immediately here or whatever. In terms of like global intersections that I had in mind, it makes total sense, but I mean, but again, the thing is, when we repeat we want to repeat like from here, but we don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so, because when we meet this thing again, we repeat only because we have this particular repeat dots, and if we don't have that, then we just jump here. So yeah, let's implement this thing right now in a way that it is, but in the future, of course, in near future, when we will need to cover volta brackets, this behavior should be also kind of like adjusted or somehow, I don't know. Okay, that's tough, but it does make sense actually, so I don't know. And also I think that yeah, I don't know. I think volta brackets, when I will declare them, they kind of like will be skipped, and everything presumably should be fine, right? So yeah, that's a crazy thing to implement, but whatever. Let's try again. Oh my god, yeah, that's tough. Let me think again. So we playing this thing, then this thing. Since it's calls repetition, we go here and here. Then we kind of like, we're saying, well, we already repeated what we wanted. Now we're repeating this thing. Then we are going to, I'm not saying that this logic will be applied for volta brackets. I'm just saying, in general, like if I want to handle all the cases, this is how it's supposed to be. So then we go here, we're telling, oh, we need to repeat, because we really need to repeat. And we go in here again, and we're saying, you know what, we need to repeat. We repeat, then we go here, since we already repeated what we wanted. We go in here, and it says, oh, we need to repeat. We repeat till this, which says we need to repeat. We repeat this, we repeat this. Then we're going forward, which says, we need to repeat. And we repeat this, this, and this. And finally we go through this, because it's already doesn't make any sense since we repeated everything. So, oh my god, it works. So let me just check again. Okay. Okay, I'm just confused. Maybe I lost the focus, but sorry. Yeah, let's try again. Yeah, it seems like correct, but right now I'm thinking like do we really need this thing? I don't know. Seems like maybe yes. But the truth is, yeah, this thing works, but this thing does not work, unfortunately, simply because I don't know why. Yeah, because we're redirecting immediately here, which is not correct thing to do. Because yeah, even in this case, that thing equals to 0. Okay, so the only solution that I see is whenever we seeing. Okay, so whenever we seeing that repeat dots mark at the end, and we seeing that yeah, we're seeing that this thing is empty, but also, yeah, I don't know, even that variable that I declared with the first measure, that's like kind of like it's not being applied for repeat dots, it still feels a bit of I don't know how to say, but yeah. Yeah, and since we got this repeat dots and etc etc, so maybe the only thing that I am considering like so we at the last measure and we know that this thing has been empty. Okay, I think I know already what to do. So we can create a new variable which will be something like let number of total repeat dots at the start measures, which is 0. And whenever we got this wonderful thing which is Yeah, this one. Then we are just saying, you know what, let's +1 and yeah, right now I'm thinking like, will it help in general? Number of repeat dots at the start of the measures. Which is 0. So yeah, then I guess if this thing is equal to 0, then I suppose we need to go like check this thing. If that thing is 0, then what should we do? We probably should assign this as a 0 and go as this, right? Probably. No? Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, it does not work. Yeah, because like, yeah, what I'm thinking, wait a second, if number of total repeat dots at the start of measures. Okay. Yeah, I'm totally confused because it wouldn't work even if I compare it to total number of ending repeat dots and okay. I need to think about it. So how to distinguish those two cases where it's like, if we got repeat dots at the end here, and we're going back to the start, and versus like, I mean, does it make any sense? Oh my god, wait a second. This example might be quite wrong. Yes. Because in this particular example, we're not starting even from here. We're starting right here. Oh my god, yes. And if we do this thing, then of course it would work. So we even don't need this thing. So yeah, I'm just assume that yeah, this is not correct, because you see, if we didn't have any, like, I mean, any of those things, then sure, we need to start from the first, but since we got here opening repeat dots, then yeah, it makes more sense. Okay, so we don't need actually this thing covers everything. So actually I need to update the test. So this mindset, let me just check. wait a second, but in this case, we're going through, we're going back and forth, then we're repeating this thing, we're going back, we're repeating this thing, we're going here, then we're going here, we're repeating, we should go back here, but I think, if I remember correctly, we're going back here, which is not, yeah, which is not right. Yeah, that's not right. Oh, I'm getting this error. Okay. Okay, let's run again. And let's hope that it works. That's interesting, I would say. Yeah, that's really interesting because, okay, wait a second. So okay. So we're repeating this thing. I mean, we're going through those things when then it says, you need to repeat, please. We're repeating the internal this thing. Then we go here and it says repeat, please. But the latest opening thing is here, which is kind of like correct, right? We go here, then we go here. So maybe this is how it should work, right? I'm just trying kind of like to understand this thing. I think so, yeah. I mean, because otherwise, what the heck, right? I'm opening here, then it means that we need to repeat from this place, and then when we meet this thing, we need to repeat from this place and this place. Wow. Actually, when you think about those rules, you kind of like can interpret them differently. And what's interesting is there are no rules for nested repeat dots. At least I didn't hear anything about them. Maybe I should research more. But what I thinking was like programmer, right? We repeating like, normally. But when I realized that this thing is a real deal, like this variable and etc., then it makes total sense that we repeat only between opening dots and like ending notes, and yeah. And I think it would lay down into the Volta brackets more comfortably. So yeah, that's quite impressive. But I also need to check other repeat dots tests as well. But now with the whole image in my head is changed, and I'm thinking, is those variables unnecessary? Maybe we should. I mean, I think they work, but maybe they work in, like, if we repeat something and the measure knows that it's repeating itself, then I mean, is it necessary for it? Yeah, I think it's necessary because you gotta turn off all those measures right after, right? In order to activate them one more time. Okay, it's interesting, so let's try again. Okay, that's super unclear. So first of all, when we see this repeat dots, then it means we are going here, and actually no, not we going here. We're repeating this inner thing, right? Then we going here. Then we go in here because it's the latest opening repeat dots. We're repeating here, we're seeing this thing, and we go in here again. Okay, I'm super confused because like it might seem happen that, yeah, I don't think so because we're assigning this thing. Oh my god. Yeah, we reassigning this particular thing. Okay, let's listen one more time. It's working perfectly fine with that mindset, which is we're repeating from the latest opening repeating dots, and yeah, that's an interesting conclusion for today. I mean, it's insane that you need to kind of like recognize those patterns and not to try fix problems that don't exist, and that's the hardest part. Okay, so let me update this test and let me run through all the tests again, and I need to listen to all of them regarding repeat dots, I guess. Okay, so this is quite a simple example. Okay. Although I have in mind another tests, but let's just listen. Okay, that's an interesting test. And this one works for some reason. So we going here, we're repeating this stuff, we going here. Then it seems like we should go here, repeat those stuff, but I don't know. Let's listen. that so? Dun, 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 dun. I tell you why, because we have a condition which tells us that this thing works only when the stack with measure indexes equals to 0, which is not correct. Yeah, and it means only one thing, that the stack logic is not correct, right? Yeah, it means that stack logic is never correct. It's an insane example which nobody should write music this way, but if I need to handle such edge cases, how would I handle them, right? Imagine I'm a JavaScript, the language which, a programmer can write anything, and I'm trying to solve all sorts of issues without throwing any errors or whatever. I need to figure out what to do. And I'm not supposed to work as a stack. No. I'm not supposed to work as a stack. So if I'm not supposed to work as a stack, then I need just to go take this thing and probably replace this thing, and I need to delete the stack thing, which is this one, and whatever it relates to. Okay, so yeah, I also need to think about those variables. Yeah, maybe they make sense even now. Okay, so I don't have any mentions. Let me run the tests and see how many of them failed. Actually, a lot of them. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Yeah. It works perfectly fine. So let me restart my wonderful server. Let's wait and go through all the tests. Okay, now let's listen. Or is like we don't consider the lid? Okay. Yeah, cool. Okay, finally we go right here. Yeah, it's a good job. I think now we're ready for volta brackets. Yeah, I'm probably gonna handle them first, right after handling measures with repeat those. Although, yeah, now I'm considering those variables. Should I use them or whatever? I mean, they work, but I already have lost the sort of touch with those variables. Yeah. So basically, they work in a way that it's not the good example, but yeah, let's go here. Is like so basically, when we repeat those at the start, we're just saying, okay, so we already activated this thing, so we are disabling, and then let's say whenever we're seeing this thing, like repeat those at the start, yeah, whatever, yeah, we're saying that it's false, then we returning them to initial state, so to speak. So it's kind of like works quite well, I would say. So yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, and I mean, considering the fact that yeah, I'm not quite sure that I need those variables because I can turn it off those things regardless, right? And the same would go here, so I don't need to do those crazy splice things, like I don't know, like those unshifting things. I mean, and also I'm thinking, like, do I really need to unshift this thing? I don't know. I guess this is the only way, by the way, that I can handle this sort of troubles, I guess. Maybe not exactly, but I think that since I'm deep copying the measure parameters, there is no way I can save those properties on those measure parameters, right? So it won't necessarily work, and yeah. But again, do I really need to kind of like splice them or whatever? Not quite sure. I'm really not quite sure. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just saying that, okay, let's commit those changes, right? In order to separate those things. Repeat dots recon c. Okay, whatever. And now I'm just trying to understand whether I can replace them with kind of like objects rather than arrays. And let's say that bum bum bum. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I need to rename those things, but for now, let's say let's say we have this thing. We don't need this thing. And so it's no longer valid. So it should be valid now. Otherwise, it should be, assuming if like it's a false, here it means we need to assign it as a true. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. And now, where is the second variable? Here it is. Yeah, so here we're just saying that if this measure index is indeed, then we gotta go and say that is a false or whatever. Or maybe it's true. Okay, are no longer valid, so it means it's valid, right? Okay. Then this thing goes measure indexes at the end, so it means it's true. And here, yeah, we're just gonna say that this thing is also true. Okay, so let's run the tests. It's not a function. Okay, yeah, it's really not a function, so let's delete. Okay, some tests failed, like this one. Okay. Yeah, I think I forgot to update this one. Something went wrong. I mean, in order to check this, we can just stash and run this test again. Yeah, there is still this test failed. So okay, so git stash apply. I'm really glad that I changed this logic. Okay. Can I apply one more time? Okay, oh man, okay, so whatever, let's run the test again. npm run unison restart. Okay. Okay. I think I can manually add those changes again, so not big deal. We just need to adjust those things quite really quickly. So let's delete this wonderful thing. Now let's go and let's say measure index. Then we are just trying to say that now it's false. Otherwise this wonderful thing is true. It will work much faster. And let's go down here. Where was it? Where it was? I don't remember. So many lines of code. Yeah, I guess it's here. So let's delete this wonderful thing. Let's go and probably we can assign this thing here, which is basically measure index as well. And now let's assign it to the false. Then since we got here, wait, well, let me check. Okay, whatever. Since we got here, all right, so let me think. What should we do here? So here we probably should assign it as a true. Last measure index with repeat dots, blah, blah, blah. And now okay. It's a true. And since we got here, I'm thinking like we need to rename this thing. So measure indexes. Measure indexes with indicator of whether repeat dots at the end is measure indexes with indicators, I think, or rather mapped with indicators of whether repeat dots at the end are I don't know, are applicable, or I don't know, or let's say are active anymore. Okay, and the same goes here. Measure indexes with mapped indicators of whether repeat dots at the start of measures are active anymore. Okay, and now let's rename this thing, which is measure indexes mapped at the end of measures. Okay, let's run the tests again and hope for the best. Okay, and yeah, so we renamed those things, but I forgot one important detail, which is repeat dots mark at the end. Measure indexes mapped with indicators of whether repeat dots at the end of measures are active anymore. Yeah, one important thing is just to change the way we perceive this information. So if this thing is not active now, then we need to make it active, and vice versa. Alright, and here we go again. Here we need to make it active, otherwise yeah, here we go. Wait a second. Yeah, we're going inactive, and here we're going also inactive. So let's run tests and see. Oh my god, I screwed something. Okay. Alright, let me think 1 second. So and this thing is not active, then we're making it active. Otherwise we're making it not active, like the same way this one. Okay, if this thing is not active, then we should make it active, right? Am I completely crazy? Wait a second, am I completely crazy? Let's remove this thing and see. Let's run again. Maybe I missed something. Okay, everything works. Now, we're just doing this. We're doing this. Then we're doing this. Should it work? I don't know. I don't know. And here we go again. Okay, let's run tests one more time to see. Okay, what exactly did I screw here? Can I please get this valuable information? Can I please get this valuable information? Okay, what if... Okay, I'm not crazy. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I think that I understand what's going on. And yeah. So. So I need to do something like this. First things first. Because initially they're undefined, and it goes like this, and it goes like this. And of course, I need to do the same thing here. Now it should work. No, it does not work. Okay. Or maybe... Dun, dun, dun. What's going on here? Tell me what's going on here. Measure indexes. Oh, yeah, sure. Of course, I need to do this. Of course, I need to do this. And of course, I need to do this thing. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, come on. Come on. What's going on? It's really bad. What's happening now? At the end. And at the start. Ay. For some reason, when we change everything to opposite thing, it's you know what? I think why we are bothering. I mean, I even don't like this naming, if I'm being honest. So let's say we are saying are not active anymore. So undefined or false, it doesn't matter, because it's not active, and we make it active or whatever. Yeah, it's insane. Alright. Yeah, I like it better. But still, of course, if I had to push, I would push it even further, but no reason. Let's say it's undefined or false, it's the same. Since JavaScript treats it this way. Yeah, something I missed, whatever. It's all good now. Let's run the linter because I've done quite significant amount of changes. Also, probably should run the go. Yeah, whatever. Fix tests. Bum ba dum bum ba da da da. Da 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 dum ba da da da. Let's go, let's go. And also, I think. Let me think. Did I tested everything I wanted? Probably yes. If not, we'll see. Yeah, Volta brackets, I studied them today a bit more. So yeah, with those things that we have, I think we're gonna achieve good results with Volta brackets and of course with decoder, signs and other repeat stuff. So yeah, everything will be fine. So yeah, not so many lines have changed, which is nice. Since it's not released, I think I can feel free to merge this thing. Alright. I'm quite happy that I've done progress. I didn't expect that I will finish it today. But yeah, I'm quite happy. I think we can end it on this wonderful moment.